Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. So happy to be here with you guys today. We are going to make this really cute triangle box. It's a happy birthday one with some cool candies. Let's see, we have Skittles, and let's see what else I haven't put in there. Starburst and a Sour Punch. What else? I think that's it. I think that's all. I'm looking through my little area here next to me, what candy I grabbed to stick in there. I think that'll do it. So I think that's good. That's a good combo. So we're gonna put those in there. We're gonna do some coloring. We're gonna have a great time. Zany Zoo Bundle is what I've been using. We're gonna use this Happy Birthday to You stamp. I was using that to prop up my little box. Let me show you. So this is our belly band that comes off. Isn't that precious? Here's the box. There's our candies inside. And I call it a triangle box because it has these triangle sides. And I think it's a pretty cool box. And then the belly band just holds it in place like that. We're using stylish shapes also with that, so don't forget about that. And let's go ahead and get started. This is a pretty easy box to make. You're gonna need a 4 1/4 by 11 sheet. And I'm using Parakeet Party. It's just a bright, fun color. We're gonna score down the long side at 3 1/2, at 5 1/4, 8 3/4, and 10 1/2. And we're gonna make 2 tick marks. Let's see. I'll make the tick marks in a minute after I do some cutting first. But then we're gonna rotate it and we're gonna do it at the 1/2 inch mark, which this is our top piece. So we do it the 1/2 inch and then 3 1/4. All right. So those are the score marks that we have there. Okay, bring it down. Hopefully you can get it all in the camera there. I think we can. And we're going to go ahead and burnish on all the score marks. And then we're gonna do a little cutting, and then after, I'm gonna leave my board out because I need to use it to make 2 little tick marks. I'll show you in a minute. But I wanna cut off some pieces first when I do my little score marks. All right, this is our last burnish. Now you can really see all the score marks really well. All right, so we're gonna start on this side here, this little square piece. Okay, I'm gonna grab my thick bladed scissors because I like to be able to cut those scores off. So we're gonna cut here, we're gonna get rid of this little bottom, and we're gonna angle cut this tab. So I'm gonna go ahead and angle cut there, I'm gonna angle cut here. And this is the tab that glues the box together. So we're gonna get rid of this square at the top. Okay, so this is our tab. We're also gonna get rid of this square or rectangle piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut across. And I'm gonna cut this straight. Okay, and then this is gonna be our flap right here on our box on the top. So that means I'm going to cut the rest of this away. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to give it a straight, and then we're going to cut this section off. And then we can come back in and do our little tick marks. But I'm going to finish doing all the cutting first. Almost done. All right, so that is the top. Now on the bottom, we're just going to cut these score lines away. You guys know I like to cut on both sides of the score lines and get rid of them. That way you have less bulk. So I have 3 of those that I'm gonna cut. And then I like to use my paper snips because they're nice and thin. And I can just use the tips. And that cuts away that thick score mark. Come here. Here's the final one. All right. So now on both of these skinny rectangles, okay, we're going to come in here and we're going to mark at 4 3/8, just a little tick mark. So I'm just going to do 1 2 3/8, just put a little tiny mark there, okay, and then at 9 5/8, so 1 2 3 4 5, and it's the halfway mark in these two sections. You just want to do a tiny little tick right up there, okay? This we're going to get rid of. I'll let you take a screenshot of that. Let me put everything away and get rid of all my scraps and all that good stuff, and I'll show you so that if you want a screenshot of what it's supposed to look like, there you go, you can do that. While I am throwing these pieces away, feel free to take a screenshot. All right, so now I'm gonna grab my silicone mat here and my little tiny 6-inch. And at that little tick mark that I made, and right here at the corner, I'm gonna use my stylus. I want to make sure I'm at the tick mark and right at the end, and I'm going to go to the corner there. Oops, there we go. Okay, so there's my one, and we're going to do the one on the other side and to that corner. So there's that one. See that triangle? Okay, we're going to do another one over here. So from that little tick mark to the corner, and from this tick mark to this corner. That's what we needed those tick marks for. So now you're going to have these score lines here. See? One there, one there, one there, one there. There's the triangle sides. Pretty cool. All right. So I want to round these edges, and Stampin' Up! No longer has a corner rounder, but I have mine because I mean, you need a corner rounder. I don't know why we don't have one. I'm not going to question why they do what they do, but I hold on to my stuff, so especially punches. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here and round that corner there. And then I want to round this corner, so I'm going to bring this one in from this side and make sure that it's nice and flat. And now I have a rounded corner. Remember, that is the flap. Remember I told you this is going to come together. This is the flap that folds down on our box. So I like to have it rounded. I think it's prettier. So I hope that you have still have your detailed trio punch or some form of corner rounder. All right. So let's grab our silicone mat. We're going to glue our box together. So I'm going to put glue on this flap right here. It's going to get turned in. And then this is going to come to meet it, just like that, okay? Be generous with your glue, but not excessive, okay? There's a fine line. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to bring this to meet it. I'm going to make sure my corners touch, and then I'll use my bone folder to really burnish that. You can also use your little roller. Love this thing. All right. So now the box is connected like that. We're going to push these triangle pieces in. Okay. So there's that one for that side. Okay. Here's this one for this side. And then this is the flap that comes down. This is going to seal our box. So we're going to put these two in. We're going to do the back and then the front. Okay, so on the back section, I'm going to put a little bit of wet glue. A little bit here. A little bit here. And I'm just going to bring this down. And then I'm going to put a line of glue on this side and a line of glue on this side. And I'm gonna overlap those pieces. I'm gonna hold my corners nice, and I'm gonna take my bone folder, I'm gonna bring it in here, and I'm gonna push everything inside, across and down, and make sure that we're nice and secure and that we're nice and straight, that my box is straight, okay? We can, there's our box section. We have our box done. All right, now we have a piece of 2.5 inches by 8, and this is the DSP from the Zany Zoo paper. So you can see there's the critters on one side, the other side is black and white. Now I want the front of my scallops to not be bumped. I want them to be like this, okay? So this has a direction. So if I bring it this way, the bumps are up. I want the bumps to be down, so I'm gonna bring it this way, okay? This is gonna lay here like this. I'm just gonna hold it. And I'm gonna wrap this around, and I'm not gonna be real tight with it. I don't want it to be super tight, because remember, we want this to slide on and off. And we want our attachment, I'm gonna pinch it here at the top. That will kind of hold it in place. We want it to be tight, but not super tight, okay? So we'll just do a slight pinching on both sides and make sure that you have a gap here. It's not super tight anywhere. You want this to slide on and off, okay? So while we have it in place, I'm just gonna put a line of adhesive there and a line underneath. Okay, and I'm just gonna hold it in place here. Put my flap down. And I'm gonna line up my DSP so that it's straight. And I'm just gonna press with my thumbs. And you can see there's a gap here at the top. I have room, there's wiggle room, so that this will easily slide on and off. And I'm gonna slide it off temporarily. Let's go ahead and put our candy inside. So we're gonna put our Skittles and our Sour Punch Stick and our Starburst. And we're gonna finagle this around, get it to lay. There we go. And now we can slide this back on. Now we want that seam in the front. Why do we want the seam in the front? Because we don't want it to show at all. And if it's in the front, it's not gonna show because we're gonna cover it with our cute little circle and you'll never know it's there, okay? That's a little trick for you. So we're gonna grab our memento. We're gonna stamp happy birthday to you in this corner. I'm gonna bring this down so I can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna stamp it right there. Gonna clean my stamp. I always clean my stamp as I go. It's just a habit I have. That way at the end I don't have to do anything. I can just go about my way. All right. So we're gonna color our raccoon. So I'm gonna use light basic black for his mask on his little face. So we'll start with that. So I want to go around his eyes and make sure I don't get in his eyes. I'm going to come around, and remember, these colors will lighten as you use them. So it's not going to be quite as dark as you see there. I'm going to put this to the side for temporary, and I'm going to use Crumb Cake Dark on his ears, on his little head, on his face. With the exception of his nose, I'm going to make that black, so I will leave that alone. I'll add the black in a minute. Do his hands. We're not going to do his little apron on his belly there. We're going to leave that white, and I'm going to put some Pool Party in there to kind of highlight it. I'll show you in a second what I mean by that. And we're going to go ahead, do his other little foot. All right, and let's fill in any little dots or spots we missed. Okay, let's do his tail. and then we'll go back to the black. Those are pretty quick coloring. All right, so back to light basic black. We're gonna do his nose. Okay, and then see those lines on his tail? I'm just gonna wiggle my marker across those to add a little darkness to them. Isn't he cute? Let's get light pool party. I like to use this whenever I do white. I like to accent it. I think it makes it pop and it fades, so it will be very light. All right. He's looking pretty cute, I think. Let's put some dimensionals on the back of him. We'll start with the minis and put some on his balloons here. Isn't he just the cutest? I love him. All right. Put a mini there in his tail. One here. I might as well just do all minis. I already started with them. Let's just finish. We'll put one more up here and we'll be good to go. All right, that looks good. Maybe I'm gonna trim a small piece there for his foot. Whoops, it's raining dimensionals. All right, let's put that one right there. All right, let's peel that one off by hand because those don't like to come off very easy. All right, let's put these. These are the backs or the extra pieces. I'll grab my take your pick tool. We're gonna pull these little guys off of him. Isn't he cute? All right, we'll attach him onto his little, make sure his tail gets on there and his balloon. All right, how cute is that? I think I'm gonna use dimensionals to attach him as well. Let's use 4. Maybe 5, 1 for the middle, 1 for good measure. All right. I use a lot of dimensionals. All right, and I'm going to try and tuck this one. I don't want that one to show. Let's see if we can tuck that in behind that circle. Yeah, that's much better because that part will be sticking up. We don't want anyone to see that. Okay. Let's attach our, oh! I couldn't get it off of there. I was like, what is going on? I can't get my finger off. Okay, so now we'll attach our little circle onto our belly band. Make sure my happy birthday to you is straight. And this is a perfect little box to do for a coworker with just some candy in there as just a little celebration of their birthday. We're going to use iridescent rhinestones. We use the very littlest ones. So we'll put one up here, one in the corner, if there is such a thing as a corner on a circle, and there. So we have them in a triangular formation. I'll put this back and then I will show you everything again. It's a very cute and quick project. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me put it together. And what I love is that you don't have to worry about closing your box because your belly band is your closure. I will put this underneath so you can see one this way and one standing up. And of course we used Zany Zoo Bundle and Stylish Shapes. I hope that you guys enjoyed this project and that you will give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. I will also link there to the little roller that I have, and I guess that was everything that I used today. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below as well. I am thinking of doing a Zany Zoo class. Let me know if you're interested in something like that. And I hope that you've been enjoying these weeks of Zany Zoo. Share with your friends. I greatly appreciate you supporting my business in that way. Leaving comments thumbs up on my videos really helps the algorithm of YouTube, and it's just a nice way for you to say thank you to me for all these free projects that I post on a weekly basis. So thanks for being here, guys. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!